No. Yeah. I want that.
EA's
Put down face cam. Alright, man, we streamed a little bit Tuesday. I got my ass kicked, man. Let's see if we can start this thing off on the right track. Motherfucking brain.
first carry for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. You keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Used to have coaches tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted.
That's a big defense.
By Akeem Talib. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Now Bilal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. 4th 4th down. Fitzpatrick. It's caught.
Man, he caught that shit. Man, ain't no way, man.
First down yard.
Man, come
They
on,
opt to go for
man.
it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a
Really
pickup
held
of
on to that
5.
bullshit. They ain't want him to score. Man, come on, bro. I knew it take too long to pick a play.
He's checking. Switch.
They'll go to P-Line, try to pound it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Little Compton able to get him for a loss of about 3. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Watch the safety tree. Regular.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike first in this opening quarter.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do in good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Hold down low.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's caught. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, not back on their heels.
Well, find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up there? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receiver. That's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent there in the football?
Because you must say his first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vince Beagle leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Down. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. Check. 9.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 11. So it's 3rd and 1. The defense, they stack the box, and that's the problem. You break through that first level, there's no second level.
And most good running teams work against stacked defenses. They don't care if you have 6 in the box.
And he's caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a big thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it with Balaj. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down.
That man went from 1 yard to 5. That shit
Let's
hurt.
talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Darryl Worley up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Will I do okay?
You did great.
You got it.
Hey,
Writing down your head.
if you pray, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Donner. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And again this time to the tailback.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they blew up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place. We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Balaj taking it in. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. But he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got to bring my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Bravo!
Throwing on first down. It's caught. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
He's not going to get me. Hey, box drop, box drop.
Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Carr now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. He'll find his running back here, Richard. 23 yards, the final tally. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
We're going to take it away again. I thought the damn clock's going to keep running.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game, a costly one.
Jack,
As
Wolf
they're back to
917, what it
5 for
is,
first
man?
and goal.
What's going on with you? Appreciate you checking out the stream, man. You haven't already, hit that subscribe button, man.
Carr to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
Damn. What you playing on? Shit, I'm on PS4 right now. I got it on Xbox,
So an
though.
incomplete pass
You
from
play on
over to go,
Xbox?
and that leads to second and goal.
Good. 180. 808. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Now Carr again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Trying to run
And
up.
let's see 6
Yeah, you on
defensive
PS4?
backs out there. They're in the dime here on third and goal.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Yes, sir.
Again, it's Carr.
Hits, right? Let's go.
Touchdown. Darren Waller in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play call is just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. Big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20. As those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
Right back to him on first down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, it's Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd manageable with that.
All right, D.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down.
There we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby, and it'll be a turnover on down.
Crosby showing up.
Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big moment play.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see.
Ain't no glitching. Ain't none of that over here, bro.
The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that. Touchdown,
Raiders.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Played 5 games.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play,
let's go.
I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play. And this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the
defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it up, just as we saw there.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Carnell on first down. Pass complete to Richard, the running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Carr gives to Richard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happened. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to put it into that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's Dolphin football if they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by Parker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And that's caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Nah, bro, that ain't good, bro. I just got in there weak-ass defense, bro.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball
playing with, bro.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
29.
Now Carr. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air. And I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they elect him to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs,
don't worry about
things that they consider safe.
I won't be coming out with my Raiders. You're not worried about that. But it's still going to be an AFC showdown.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. They'll have a first down past the 40.
He's showing out today.
He's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 14-yard line. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football, get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, bring a quick slant or something like that.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done.
What was the Kansas City fans before Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, they have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one to the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You get that. Appreciate it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many...
normally get smoked. And somebody really know how to play the damn game. When they got these boys, I gotta get back to my shit. I believe in the Raiders. I believe in them too, bro, but sometimes, boy, this shit on Madden be out of your hands, bro. What's good with you?
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Yellow. I go, little lady. Come on. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to it.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl, 17 carries over 100 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground?
And that's caught inside the 30. And in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch that screen. Watch that screen.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second and 7, Rivers, the 30, past the 20, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 72 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Yeah, you got me. You want to see me, buddy? On the big stage?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Red Delta! 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Get that quarterback. And
Here's Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming out, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And in that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
180! 53! Mike!
Throwing on 2nd down. Rivers. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
And I might call him the game, right?
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 7-7, our score after one.
Yellow! 180! Hey, keep on. Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On 1st and 10,
Get that
here's
back.
Mahomes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The tight end Kelce was the intended target. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But
There he goes, left side. Touchdown,
Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
You can hear me better now?
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they're falling behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there?
All right, cool.
Get back to something close to that. Maybe get this game tied up.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Attack, attack!
Hey, switch gears.
Yellow! You gotta go.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. On second down, it's Williams. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Get him, get him.
Right.
Here we go.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Mahomes now to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he will take it all in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with their second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
We'll see if it's that easy here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Wait, 89!
First down, Rivers. Green brings it in. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
You got it! You got it! Ha ha! You got it!
You gotta get this win, man. You
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
All right,
380.
Let's go one more.
Plus right. Hey, exit.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Don't get nervous.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen.
got it up, huh?
And some room to maneuver. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do, put a man on him. The good thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Better set them adjustments up pretty good, little daddy.
Set, 180.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Kill, kill, kill.
Cluster.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys have gone back at the closing stages of the first half.
We can't get stopped.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Get out of them adjustments, man. That aggressive shit ain't gonna help. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about it. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a trendsetter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Rivers. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's kept the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Man, I got you. Switch.
0.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Load it. Load it.
To throw on third down. Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
There's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Load it. Load it.
Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now Gordon on first down. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We got it. We got it. 49. Check 49. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Red Delta! Hey! Wahoo!
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down movement. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Wait, 89!
From the gun, Rivers. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They come out here in the eye. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
58, boys. 58.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you play man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Shit.
Attack.
You got tight. You got tight.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out right at the 35. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't perfect.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Not that time for Watkins.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You've got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Working out behind Rivers. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there. It's good enough to move the chains. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon.
Yeah, damn, let's go, man.
Touchdown.
Man, damn.
Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Dang.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Oh, yeah,
extra
bro.
point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Chiefs 14.
Shit, you can still strike. Anything can happen, though.
Set now to kick
Strike,
this one away,
play,
and off it goes.
Turn the ball over, anything. Oh, this shit.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception,
yeah, you're right, bro.
any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Well, yeah, I know that, bro.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Switch. Check 3.
Working from the gun, Mahomes steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperate, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half.
Make him tap. Make his ass tap. He don't want to keep playing. We'll make him tap. Good game, bro. Tap. Make him tap. Alright, guys. I think that's about it for me tonight, man. I'm about to get ready to get on this WWE 2K20. They got their new update out. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all over the weekend, man. Y'all have a fantastic Friday tomorrow. Be safe. Peace.